All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of The Upset Media. Today will be in English. It's been a long time, to be honest, and we're very pleased with our today's guest. To us, he's making us jumping from our sofas. He's the definition of every game's matter. He's an amazing athlete, amazing human. We hope you will discover about it a little bit more. He's extremely tied to us French people because we could be proud that we launched him, but he will be discovering this a little bit more. We wrote him on Instagram. I asked him personally to be nice against my home team as well, and at the same time to unleash the Kraken. And well, he did, earning a well-deserved round 9 MVP title. Chima Moneke is here with us today. Hello, Chima. How are you doing?
Amazing. That was a great introduction. I'm doing really well. Thank you.
Well, you
I
deserve
deserve
it.
it.
Merci, merci.
You are part in you will hear about it during this interview. You are part of a team Chouchou that we are calling.
Okay.
So don't worry about it. We're extremely happy to have you today, and we have a little gimmick to start, and I will be asking you in I don't know, in English, Spanish. So we always start interviews this way. ¿Cómo ça va? How are you? ¿Qué tal?
Mm, ¿Cómo ça va? Ça va bien. I'm fine. Y muy bien. Estoy
Nice,
muy
nice. Just to before beginning with the questions, first of all, we love you. That's why you're in a team like Shushu. That you're that kind of player that we're cheering for every EuroLeague during every EuroLeague night. Sorry. So thank you for being who you are for this game we love. And especially knowing that what you've been through in France, that was a big and hard part of your life. So yeah, thanks you again.
No problem. I appreciate that. It's been a long journey, but I still have more to do, so I don't look back as much as I should.
And actually, we have like 2 month difference more or less, but when we trace back everything from your life, it's pretty amazing already to see everything you went through. And as I told you, there are plenty of things that I consider people don't know about you. And for example, I discovered that you lived in so many places because your parents were diplomats, if I'm right.
Correct.
Mm. And can you sum up how many countries or places you've been living in?
I actually have a list of countries that I've lived in. And then there's obviously more
So,
countries that I've just been to because of traveling or airports or basketball. But the countries that I've lived in, Nigeria, Australia, Turkey, Switzerland, France, the US, Spain, and Monaco is technically its own country.
Counts.
So but there's way more countries that I've been to just because of my life.
And is there any advice that they have been giving you when you were young that you have been embracing? As a diplomat, you're traveling a lot, as you just said. So,
No, not really. My life was, to me, I thought it was normal. I didn't know it was different until I was about 17 and I moved to America. So my life was, I just thought it was normal, nothing really different.
any tough language that you had to pick up, a few words or something like this?
My Turkish was pretty good. My Turkish was pretty good. But I lost basically all of it. All I know is Seni seviyorum, which means I love you. Çok güzel means very good, and nasılsın means how are you. So I still got some stuff, but that's it.
how do you feel being away from your family during all these travels? How did like shape you?
Yeah, it's not easy. It's very difficult. The only reason it's manageable is because I'm used to it. I grew up living away from my family, but now that I'm completely by myself, yeah, it's hard. But I remember that the reason why it's like this is because I'm living my dream. So I remember that, and every time I play a game, my family wakes up 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and they watch the game, and seeing their messages makes all of it worth it because I know they're proud of me.
somehow the price of sacrifice. And that's something that not many players, I think nowadays more. I was thinking about a guy that has passed by as well, is Chris Jones, that played in many countries as well. You said lately that Ekpeudo was giving you advices, sometimes playing that mentor role to you. Are there any players that we don't know you're having a relation or you could have discussed this with?
Ooh, I think my life is very different, that I don't really talk about that part because, you know, it's sad. Like I get emotional when I think about, you know, being away from my family for so long and getting older. Like I went 13 years without seeing my dad, and I finally saw him last year. And now, he's getting older. He's in Australia visiting my brothers, and thinking about missing all those moments isn't easy. So I try not to talk about it, outside of my family, honestly.
All right, so let's move on to the French career part.
Yeah, you had an unconventional journey in France, but how was it from average like a double-double in NCAA and then being cut with no reason, obviously, and no money after three games in French Division Two? How was it? Like,
It was the worst part of my professional career, and it was the earliest. Yeah, it was what made it really frustrating was in preseason and in Leaders Cup, I was playing really
yeah,
well. And to me, the game was easy. And then for some reason, as soon as the real game started, Zimi came back from injury, and I just was coming into the game with 2 minutes left in the first quarter, and I would come out with 8 minutes left in the second quarter, and it was no plays were being run for me. I was getting blamed for everything, and it just felt different. I didn't know what happened. Then eventually the coach told me that they didn't need me anymore. He didn't want me, and he didn't watch my tape to see what type of player I was. And then that was it. The problem was I just had to practice with them for 6 weeks, waiting for another club to come and get me.
do you think there is any connection between at the end of the senior year, you had a suspension? We don't know. We don't want to talk about it, but is it because of that? Like you had the bad communication, and then you yeah
No,
you,
that
you
that had nothing to do with that had nothing to do with the coach. The coach clearly didn't know, much about me.
so
And
because of your agents back then.
yeah, the agent that I had then sent me to that team because of Jan Mahinmi had a connection with Ron, and the
Okay.
preseason was in Dallas. So that was why I went there. The coach didn't know much about me and just took me, I guess.
Yeah, randomly for sure. It doesn't give you best insight of what the French league could be, unfortunately. And then let's talk about that little ray of sunshine that you got. That's Manresa, of course, where everything became historical. You went to be the flashiest team, sharing the ball with Sylvain Francisco and Ismael Bako as well. So was that the moment you felt you could breathe again, you could be happy again, feeling a positive vibe once and for all?
No, it was way before that. It was my second year in Quimper. That was when
Mm-hmm.
I was fully back to myself. And, before that, I know Quimper hadn't made the playoffs since 2007. And then we ended up finishing second before COVID ended the season. We didn't lose the game at home. I was the same showman that I am now. I just, now I'm doing it on a bigger stage. But to me, I was happy then. And then I went to Orleans, and I was happy there, for the most part. And then Manresa just took it to another level.
Was it hard for you that you were struggling at the beginning, and beside you had like Dante exam and TJ were having more success and more smoothly start of the career? Was it harder because of that too?
At what point? When I was in Rome?
Yeah. I mean, Rouen, Denain.
I mean, at that point, TJ was still in college, so it wasn't. I talked to him every day, but no, nothing regarding TJ. But yeah, I think I looked at Dante as someone that I knew obviously I played with him in high school, and I knew that obviously he was better than me at the time, and he was the man. But I just knew that I could play at a similar level. So it was definitely tough when I was making the amount of money I was making, and he was probably making that every day, what I was making in a year.
Now, and that's the perfect moment to ask you, have you saved enough for that Lamborghini you were looking for?
Well. Yeah, life is good now.
And regarding Manresa, you said that you felt way better before, but you shared the ball with Sylvain Francisco, and he's now in Bayern. You are going to face each other. How do you see this evolution of the two of you? You became the BCL MVP. You passed by quickly to the Sacramento Kings, and him on his side went well with a French national team and earning his spot as well in Euroleague under Pablo Lasso.
Yeah, Sylvain he's incredible. He's very talented. He has NBA talent, EuroLeague talent, and he could have played EuroLeague, right after the Manresa season. But everything happens for a reason. They wanted to see him in a different system with more responsibility. But in terms of talent, yeah, he's as good as anybody, and he's as talented as anybody. And I remember telling him that all the time in Manresa. So I'm very happy to see him in EuroLeague now.
It was a great season, 2021-22. FIBA Champions League MVP, all Liga ICB first team, second in rebound, first in steal. Is it this year you consider like yourself being the pro athlete you dreamed to be?
Um, that was the season where I think everybody else knew who I
No.
was,
Yeah.
but I think this season is the season that I've expected for myself because it's the highest level in
Yeah.
Europe. And, this type of season, and if we continue to win, it can change everything. So, I'm going to continue to embrace this and take advantage of it. Yeah. But this is the season where I think I know, obviously, and the world knows. So,
Moreover, you're part of a fan base. Manresa is known to be in Spain a place that has seen a lot of big players passing by, and the fan base never gets wrong. When we see you jumping with the fans, enjoying that much, it must mean a lot when we know how hard it must have been before for you, for example.
yeah, man, wrestling it was just perfect for me because yeah, they just embraced me. They let me be me. They accepted me, and I gave them a lot of good moments. The team gave them a lot of good moments, and it was just a positive, very positive situation. And I'm grateful for them for sure.
So let's talking a bit about the NBA. I mean, what you see there. What do you think went wrong at Kings?
They had a really good season. They hadn't made the playoffs before for 16 years, so they had a really good season, and it was tough to get in the rotation just because yeah, it was the first time they had a good season in a while, and it makes sense. I learned a lot from the situation, and I know that the next time it'll be a better situation.
Are you still in touch with them sometimes? Because that's one of the teams that has a good European vibe, let's say. So they might be following a lot the Euroleague. Sasha Vezenkov is playing there. So do you have any contacts still with them?
Uh, yeah, with the not the front office, but with the coaches, Jordi Fernandez, and
Of
then with
course.
a lot of the players, I'm still very close with, especially Malik Monk, Harrison Barnes, Kevin Herter.
Okay.
Those are like, my brothers. But yeah, I know the NBA is paying attention to what I'm doing now, but I wouldn't go. I'm not going back there. It just wouldn't make sense, you know. The GMs
And
there don't really appreciate.
okay, that's interesting because very often we see players trying to make the move, come back, and then feeling the loss of adaptation. So it feels nice for us EuroLeague fans to see that you understand that maybe it's better for you to stay. The momentum is right here, right now with you in Baskonia.
Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not thinking about anything else other than Baskonia, but I'm realistic and I'm aware of what happens when you have a season like this. Vazenkov left after being EuroLeague MVP, and he got a good contract. You know, if everything goes well and I stay healthy, then I'll have the option of going back. But if I go back, it won't be to Sacramento. That's I think that's quite obvious.
So Lakers or Clippers, you want to stay there?
There's too much there's too much taxes in California.
So we have to go through Monaco. For us, it was like we were doubtful about your signing in Monaco. So yeah, not because of just because of Sasha Obradovic, but damn, you know that today in Baskonia you spent the same amount of time on the court as Monaco last year.
You know what's
That
crazy?
you
Literally,
have
my brother sent me my EuroLeague page. Literally, was it 2 days ago or yesterday? I think it was 2 days ago, and it's the exact same minutes. And I was like,
yeah
whoa, like I think it's 211 or something like that. I literally
yeah
saw that 2 days ago.
101, yeah.
201, yeah, unreal. And I mean, I genuinely thought I didn't know what Sasha was like before, but I watched the team play when I knew I was leaving the NBA, and I had no doubts in my mind that if I went there and I was myself, we would have won it all. And unfortunately, everyone saw what happened.
They were doubtful. I was the first one claiming that you would be amazing. I was thinking even that maybe Sacramento would leave you a bit earlier with your contract. But the point is that they accumulated so much power with, well, John Brown and Jaron Blossom game. No offense to them, but I mean, at some point, Alpha Diallo as well. It makes a lot of repetition of profiles. And for me, you would have arrived at the beginning of the season. It would have been amazing. No minutes to earn. Maybe Sasha would have seen you, something like that. No,
No, no,
no.
no.
Okay.
That's that's not the reason. That's a coach thing. That's a Sasha thing. He just didn't like me.
So it made you easier to make this decision to move to Baskonia. Who motivated you the most? Is it the team itself? Is it the fact that, okay, Monaco has to be done and did quickly? Or maybe your new agent, you're represented by Buna and Jai, if I'm right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Booner's the greatest. But I mean, I think for me, it was my mindset was okay. Hopefully, things will be different coming to Monaco next season. I was optimistic, and then a random morning in July, I wake up to a text from one of the Champions League coaches, and I'm like, why is this coach texting me? Like, I have a contract with Monaco. I called Buna, and then Buna told me that the guy just didn't want me back. And if I was on the team, he just wouldn't play me. So I was sad, I was disappointed, I was questioning a lot of things. And yeah, it was just unfortunate. But I think I snapped out of it, a couple days later when I realized it's going to be a great opportunity for me. And then when I heard Baskonia was calling, I wanted to come back to Spain where I was last the most happy and just to be myself again. And, you know, yeah, that's what happened.
yeah, moreover, your best EuroLeague game is against Baskonia, so there might have been a little Stockholm syndrome or something like this because I guess you're doing like 24 and 10, something like that. So yeah, easy decision then to join them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. They made the right decision.
Were you scared somehow when they decided to lay off Penaroya and go back with Jusko?
I didn't know what to expect, honestly,
Okay.
because Coach Peñarroya was a great person and he was a good coach. And, it just seemed, or I've never been a part of a team that fired the coach. So
Okay.
I wasn't, I was just confused. But obviously, I didn't know what to expect with Dushko because we've all heard stories about how he trains and things like that. And you just didn't know. But it's been a huge blessing for us as a team. For me, seeing how he is as a coach and as a person, I love Dushko. I would go to war for him. And I'm not saying that lightly. Like, I genuinely would go to war for that man. And yeah, he allows me to be myself. He encourages me to be myself. And it's refreshing.
Yeah, he's a type of coach. I guess that the philosophy is maybe tailor-made for you. That's interesting what you said that you never been part of a team that was firing the coach at the moment. He was very he's been professional until the end. I guess he's fired after Panathinaikos game, and still every time people are going at him, you said it lately in an interview. How is that feeling as a group of men, knowing that the coach is soon going to be fired? Who is reacting? How is it going?
It was a ridiculous 2 week period. It was like I just couldn't really describe it. It was horrible. Um, but what made it even weirder is the fact that coach was so incredible. Normally, guys are supposed to be questioning, they don't work as hard as a coach, as a player, whatever, but he came to work every single day and was very professional. And, he addressed it before the start of the meeting, saying it's a tough situation. I don't know what's happening, but I still have a job, so I need to work. And I respect him so much for that. But then, things were bad and then everything started getting worse. We started getting injuries. And at one point, his last game of the season, we played with 6 players against Andorra. So it was just when things can go bad, they will. And they went bad for us then. But, thank God we were able to recover from that. And now we're in a good moment.
Yeah, definitely. You're 4-0 in EuroLeague, if I'm right.
Yeah, four straight in EuroLeague, and we
Mhm.
finally won an ACB against Valencia this past weekend.
Yeah, congrats, by the way. You said that you were happy to be back in Spain. Is it, to your mind, the best fitting league for your type of game?
I don't know if it's that. I just know that, you know, I've had great memories here. And in France, two of my worst moments as a professional happened in France. So
Sorry
it's
about
just
that.
c'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. But it was just, yeah, it was just, I knew that I would find myself in Spain and I knew there would be excitement when it was announced that I was coming back. And it was exactly how I imagined it to be.
How do you see your role as coming off the bench mostly?
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting because yeah, I'm coming off the bench and I'm leading the EuroLeague in PIR, so something is working. I just care about the minutes. I want to be on the court, especially when it matters. And if I play 25 to 30 minutes off the bench, then that's fine because I know I can impact the game and coach trusts me and he lets me play. And yeah, I feel like when I come in, I bring a different energy and a different rhythm, a different view on the team. And yeah, I just feel like I'm a game changer.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Regarding that, Luca, we see a
Well,
strong improvement on your three-point shooting, dribbling skills. What have you been working on during the summer, or and how?
I've been working on my 3 pointers and my dribbling skills. I mean, yeah, some people, I don't know why people think players can't get better. You know, I've I've I read a lot of comments about me saying, I'd never be a good 3 point shooter and all this nonsense. And I think it's just silly because at 26, which I was last year going to the NBA. I'm still only 27 now. Like there's so much time for me. Plus, I started playing basketball when I was 13, so I was late. It's not like I was my 27 is not the same as someone's 27 who has been playing basketball their whole life. So, I remember listening to comments and it was just always funny to me. It motivated me and now I'm showing the world my improvements, which is it's fun.
Uh, Coming back to you being off the bench this season, is this a conversation that went on mutual side, or Dusko came to you, or you came to him suggesting maybe like just give me big minutes, but I would be off the bench? Who came up with the idea?
No, I mean I wasn't starting with Peñarroya as well. I didn't tell him I wanted to come off the bench. I didn't tell Dushko that either. He's the coach. I just trust him to, play the minutes that I feel like I deserve based on what I've shown. And for the most part, I am. Obviously as a player with all the energy, I don't mind playing the whole game. So yeah, the most important part is playing a lot of minutes and playing when the game is over. That's more important.
Yeah, what matters is finishing, not if you're starting or not. What could be improved still on Baskonia's global game plan? I think that you have a lot of ambition now because you could aim at the top of the Euroleague, as you said in another interview, that there has to be some surprises every year. Is there something that you guys feel you can do better or be even more, I don't know, aggressive or competitive?
I just feel like, we have it feels like we have rules now, and it's easy to see when someone is not following the rules, and it makes it easier to follow the rules because of that. Um, Dushko is he has great communication with what he wants, what he expects to be done, and everyone is bought in. I think I haven't looked at the team stats. I know we're a good rebounding team. I know we get a lot of attempts. I don't think there's a lot of stats that we can get better in. But I think as a team, our confidence and our belief in ourselves, thanks to Dushko, is just at an all-time high. And we genuinely believe we can play with anyone. Our style of basketball is allows us to be able to do that. So, but we can still get better in every aspect.
No, you're causing a lot of troubles because you have a guy like Tadas Sedekarskis next to you who is having another breakout season. You always have a guy like Marcus Howard who is going to take fire at any moment. And moreover, again, you are. That's why I feel it's perfect for you to be in Baskonia. When you are in Fernando Buesa Arena, it fuels you up all the time. That's a place that has known a lot of history, but at the same time, even when they lose or things go wrong, they are still here. They are still cheering, and it has to give you a little something else.
Yeah, it's a beautiful arena, great fans, and a lot of history there. And I think a lot of players have had breakout seasons there. You see the top 10 players in PIR right now. I don't know the exact number, but more than half of them have played or play for Baskonia. And this says a lot about, what they do for players' careers. And I think me and Tadas are the latest examples of that. Obviously, me more because this is my first year here. He's been here for a while, but yeah, I'm grateful to be here.
It's going to be a weird week for you. You're playing Monaco on Friday, and then Manresa on Sunday. How do you feel about that? It's going to be like ups and downs.
Yeah, it's like, and it's funny. It's the same thing in January, and then it's
Yeah,
opposite. It's we go to Manresa and we go to Monaco, and then we go to Manresa. But I think, yeah, it's when I signed to Baskonia, those were the two games I looked for, and then when I saw that was the schedule, the calendar, it kind of blew my mind. I was like, yo, did they know that I would be looking for these games when they did this? I'm not sure, but yeah, for me, Monaco is like that was the last team I was at. A lot of my friends, I'm close with a lot of those guys on that team. So for me, I play hard all the time, but I play harder against my friends
So we
because
can keep you in our fantasy league.
if you ever take me off your fantasy league, then really
No, you're the captain now.
good. I should have been the captain in round one, but it's okay. I'll forgive you. But no, yeah, I'm motivated for different reasons, you know, special weekend, but I think January will be more special because I'm going to those places. But yes.
Which atmospheres are either fueling you, pressuring? I doubt I should tell you pressuring the most, but we have a lot of people telling that always Partizan Zvezda games are, of course, exceptional, but which ones are you are circling on the calendar as well?
Yeah, I haven't played there yet. I haven't been to Serbia yet in my EuroLeague career, but that was the answer that I gave. And obviously with everything that happened in the first game against Partizan, I know it's gonna be even hotter when we go there. But I love that, as long as everything is respectful and, you know, competitive and just basketball, then for me, it's completely fair. When we go to Barcelona, I know that'll be a hot game too because they didn't like my dance. So sad. Barcelona is my favorite city, so it's a little sad. But I think in terms of my experiences in Monaco, I think the Maccabi game 3 was the craziest atmosphere that I'd ever, for sure, the craziest atmosphere I've seen. Yeah, it was incredible.
Yeah, the Menorca is always something, I guess.
Yeah. Zalgiris too, they have a great crowd at home.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Of course, it's not only your decision, but now you're back in Spain, you're back in Baskonia, you have a contract, 2-year contract, if I'm right?
1+1.
1+1, okay. Um, of course, do you imagine yourself settling once and for good somewhere, maybe in Vitoria?
Um,
Joker, right?
I don't, I don't, I don't think about that. I can't think about that right now because I honestly, I thought about it. I said that when I got to Monaco that I wanted to be there for a long time, and then that didn't happen, and that kind of like it just changed how I think and talk about these things. It's not really up to me for the most part, but I would love to be in one place for a long time, but finance is very important and happiness is very important, and these things can change just like that. So right now I'm happy in Vitoria, so that's where I'm at.
You spent a great time being an underdog. It's an no-brainer telling you that you're not anymore,
Mhm.
of course. Who is your underdog now today for you? Who is the underdog?
In in basketball in European
Yeah,
basketball.
Baskonia maybe or EuroLeague.
Oh yeah,
Global.
for sure. Well, if it's
Who's the next
EuroLeague,
one?
if it's a team, then it's Baskonia. But if it's players in Europe, um, underdogs. Oof. I think still TJ Shorts is who I'll say just because I'm biased. He's my best friend, but I know how people will look at his size and they will look at him and say he's not big enough to play EuroLeague, but he's a EuroLeague player. He was a EuroLeague player 2 seasons ago. And, I want him to stay healthy. And if he stays healthy, like they have a good chance of winning Euro Cup. And I think he can be MVP in both of those competitions.
That's for sure a strong favorite. And speaking of MVP, do you consider yourself maybe to be an MVP of Liga Endesa this year?
Ooh, of Liga Endesa. Ooh, I mean, right now, no, I'm not. I think it's for sure Simon Birgander from Murcia. He's having an excellent season and they're winning. So right now it's not me, but all I'll say is it's a long season.
Who knows? Had another question of that type. Of course, we know how connected you are with Australia and Nigeria, and I wanted to ask you, you're biased still because you play for Nigeria, but which country will earn an international title first? What do you think between the whole group of Nigerian players and Australian?
Australia, and I think that's an easy answer because Nigeria just, yeah, a lot of bad things happened in the national team in the last couple of years. So, but in terms of if all the Nigerians played for Nigeria, then Nigeria. But right now, it's easily Australia.
All right. I guess we can move to the one of the last parts. That's fast questions, Chima. You will have two choices. You need to choose between one or another. Ready?
Parfait. Well.
Okay. Chima or Chimdog?
Chimdog.
Okay. Nobody's Perfect or The Realist Sound by Chimdog?
Ah, okay. But I know I'm a nobody. Nobody's perfect. Yes.
All right.
The story is
What's
great. Sorry, by the way.
we won't share it, we will make it a quest for people. You want to find it, you gotta earn it. So
Find it. It's out there. Yes, I see you. Well done.
What's worse, 1 hour stuck in traffic in Monaco or waiting for fireworks in Donneront on New Year's Eve?
Waiting for fireworks in Dundalk for sure.
Would you rather spend a day improving trash talking skills? I don't know, with a guy of your choice, could be Gary Payton or anyone else, or recording an album with Burna Boy?
Oh my God. Yeah, recording the album with Burna Boy. I think trash talking is natural for me. I try not to cross the line. I keep it basketball. I say the same things for the most part, and I really respond. But making an album with Burna Boy, that's not even close. Album of the year.
100 meters race. Who finishes first between you, Sylvain Francisco, TJ Schwartz, and Dante Exum?
That's a good question. Honestly, with the ball, those guys are faster than me. But in a race, I'm picking myself, honestly.
All right.
Damien, you want to do the rest?
NBA 2K or FIFA?
FIFA. But FIFA is bad now. So
they change everything. It's that's
which team you're playing with on FIFA?
Honestly, I play with Man City, but I play Ultimate Team, but still not great.
Euroleague or NBA?
Euroleague to watch. NBA for money.
Fernando Buesa Arena or nous Congost Arena?
Come on, man. Stop it.
You have to.
Stop it.
Okay.
Joker. You can.
That's the only question I'm not answering.
Yeah, of course. We knew. And the last one, galette saucisse or hot dog? You know what is a galette saucisse?
What is that? Is that the?
Is it like the hot dog from Brittany?
But it's
like the galette. It's round and you put a sausage on it.
Yeah, hot dog.
Did you try back then in Quimper maybe?
Yes, it's fine. But it's not.
I don't like it personally, but it's like the same stuff.
Yeah, it's not memorable to me.
Nothing to remember from friends. That's terrible. We try. Last question. That's another gimmick of the Upset Media. You have to make a roster with players that you have played or that teammates. We have everything. We had players that made us just a starting 5, including yourself, or those that made us a 12 people team. So up to you. What is the Chima Moneke team?
You're going for the Euroleague, for the ring. You have to pick at least 5. Okay.
So I can't pick anyone from Sacramento?
Yeah, if you want.
Up to you.
Okay. Nah, I'm not. That's not fair. Okay, at point guard, I have to go with TJ Shorts.
Of course.
At shooting guard, Dante Exum, for sure. Of people that I've played with, yeah, TJ Shorts, Dante Exum. At the three, why put? I put at the three. I will put Tada Sedekeskis, and I will put obviously myself at the four, and at the five, I will put Ismail Bako, and then for sixth man, I put. I'll do the whole 12.
Let's go.
My 2 point guards on the bench, Paris Lee and Sylvain Francisco. I have Joe Thomason in there as well as my shooting guard. Oh my, I'm tripping. I'm tripping. This is bad. I forgot about Mike and Jordan Lloyd. Oh my, I can't do this. This is so hard. All right, okay, let's
No, that's fine. You have four
start
on the
again.
bench.
No, let's start again. This is bad. Okay. I have to put Mike at the point guard, obviously. And then TJ's coming off the bench. And I'll go with three guards. I'll go with Jordan Lloyd at the two, Dante Exum at the three, me at the four. And you know what? We just need a big, we'll go Dante Hall at the five.
Okay.
And then TJ Shorts on the bench, Paris Lee on the bench, Francisco on the bench, Joe Thomason on the bench, Okobo on the bench, Alpha Diallo on the bench, Marcus Howard on the bench. I don't know how many that
That's
is,
almost,
but is that
I
10 or
guess
12?
yeah, that's almost 12, I guess.
And
the
then let's
coach.
and the coach Sasha. I'm kidding, not Sasha.
Yeah,
And the coach, I mean, Dushko is killing it right now. So yeah, Dushko.
has to be. Just last one. Do you have something to say to the 298 schools that did not respond to your email back then? Nothing?
I mean, no, it worked out the way it was supposed to. I'm happy with where I am in life. So it worked out the way it was supposed to. Who knows what would have happened if I went anywhere there? But looking back at it, I wasn't, majority of the schools I messaged were Division 1, and then probably 20% were Division 2, and I wasn't ready for Division 1 then. So it worked out perfectly.
I think that's a good way to wrap up things, to remember that wherever happened before, it leads you to where you are now. And if you're happy about it, that's the most important. So thanks for sharing us everything. Damien, any other questions you had?
I'm good.
I had
I'm
one.
good.
I had one. We talked about fantasy very shortly, but I'm challenging you to join our fantasy league just to see how good you are and to have a look at your roster. So maybe we'll figure out if Chima Moneke is also a good manager in the game or not.
For sure, for sure. I mean, I can pick myself, right?
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course, definitely.
Yeah, then yeah, I'll do it. Send me the invitation.
Perfect. All right. Thanks a lot for coming, for accepting our invitation. We will love to have you back another time to talk about not Sasha this time, I promise. And
MVP
neither
title.
MVP title. Yeah. Okay. The appointment is taken. All right. That's perfect. Chima, thanks a lot. And what could we wish you?
Um, it's my birthday, December 24th. So wish me an early happy birthday.
Happy
Will do.
birthday, then. Easy one.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
And the best game possible against Monaco.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
If you don't do under 40 of PIR, we're not talking anymore.
We're not happy with that, for sure. For sure.
All right. Thanks a lot. Take care, and
Thank you
we'll see
guys.
you
Thank you
very
guys.
soon.
Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye.